Well, welcome to another episode of Make It Make Sense podcast with Miss Dedra Moon. Welcome. Okay, so this is season 1, episode 6, and we are cooking. I mean, girl, so your numbers have grown from day 1 all the way up now. So you're just climbing up the ladder. So we just got to get more viewers.
Love to hear that.
Oh my gosh, we got to keep it good, keep it moving, keep it moving. So this show today is entitled New School Year, New Business. Okay. So the first question, why that title?
So, new school year is very similar to New Year's resolution, but this title is because why wait? If you have a great business idea, if you are looking to grow your dreams, if you have this idea that you've been sitting on, why not start right now? You can take a new school year as the first day of the business and grow from here so that when New Year's comes, you're already well on your way.
Oh wow, I absolutely love it. I mean, girl, you are cooking. You are cooking. And so it makes a lot of sense because everybody starts over new, like the New Year's resolution, right? So new school year, this year y'all ain't gonna be doing this. You're gonna crack up them books. This year we're gonna be saving money. This year we're gonna be getting our tax papers and preparations together. So new year, new school year, new year.
My whole thought is why wait to January 1st? If you need a new day, a new start, any day of the week is a great day to do that.
Right.
But if you need that little push,
okay,
if you need an event, new school year, new business, okay.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so tell us, where does someone start when considering a new business? That's question number 2.
Okay, so that's really a really good question, and it's loaded because it varies based on what type of business you're going to begin, the state you live in. I know that SKST is international.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking specifically about the US, but it varies based on what state you live in. So because SKST is located in beautiful Virginia Beach.
Absolutely.
Right down the street from the Moon Group and also in beautiful Virginia Beach.
Absolutely.
We are very familiar with starting your business in Virginia. And in Virginia, if you want to start a business, you need to first determine what is your entity type going to be. Now, entity type is important because you make a decision in the beginning that's going to affect you long term.
Okay.
What I mean by that is whatever entity type you decide on in the beginning, Uncle Sam is going to have different rules for you.
Oh my gosh. So, me and that uncle, I tell you.
So, I always mention Uncle Sam, and we know I'm referring to the federal government, the Internal Revenue Service. And then here in Virginia, I like to reference our cousin Commonwealth. The state of Virginia is the Commonwealth of Virginia. So if you are starting your business in Virginia and you decide that your entity type will be an LLC, and we'll talk about what that means in just a moment.
Okay.
You will want to go to the SCC. I know I'm.
Oh my gosh!
I know I'm
acronyms.
All of these alphabets at you, but really, you want to make sure you get your LLC from the SEC, so you stay out of trouble with the FBI and the IRS.
Oh my God.
So you're going to go to the SEC to form your LLC, and then you're going to go to the IRS to get your EIN number. Now, your EIN number is super important because it's kind of like a social security number.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, if anyone listening is a parent, or if you know any parents, you know that when you give birth to that beautiful little baby boy or baby girl, you're in the hospital, you're super excited, and the hospital registrar will come in with the birth certificate, maybe, as well as an application for your SSN, right? Your social security number. That's how we identify this brand new baby.
Yeah.
So if you are starting a brand new business, that business needs an EIN number, possibly depending upon your entity type. So again,
Okay.
entity type first, and then possibly your EIN.
Oh, wow.
So those are just the bare basics. There's so much more that I could share about starting your business, but I want you to get a good foundation. And getting a good foundation means starting with the proper entity and your EIN number.
Absolutely love it. Wow. So you mentioned some hot phrases. Can you tell us more about starting the LLC?
Okay. So, oh my
Second.
gosh, I love this question because many new business owners hear the words, the initials LLC, and you hear it a lot on social media. Okay.
Okay.
Listen, listen, y'all. I want y'all to hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. Do not get your advice from TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, even Facebook, if it's not a trusted source. Okay, remember, we have all kind of gurus on social media, and that's probably not the best source for you to get your information. So please refer to a professional. If you are in need of one, the Moon Group is certainly available to help you. But if not my firm, get a reputable firm to help you. Okay, so LLC. I know it's a buzzword. Everybody speaks about it on social media. Many people think it stands for Limited Liability Corporation, and it does not.
Oh,
it does not,
right?
Right?
Okay.
It does not. LLC stands for Limited Liability Company, not corporation. And what the LLC does is it gives you personal protection against the business activity. So let's take, for example, that you're a dog walker. Okay. Your business is dog walking. You walk dogs. Okay. And so you are walking a dog that appears to be so lovely.
Oh,
and
cute,
so
cute.
kind and so cute.
Oh, I want to touch him.
And then when that very nice neighbor approaches that dog and reaches out to touch him, that dog nips at her
Oh,
and bites her hand.
yes.
Okay, you guys, we live in America, and many people in America like to sue. We live in a very litigious society. People file lawsuits. So that nice, friendly neighbor who reached out to pet what appeared to be a very nice dog, and that dog snapped at her, wants to sue you.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay? She certainly can't sue the dog, but she wants to sue you. Well, if you have organized as an LLC, then that neighbor cannot sue you. She can sue your LLC. So the LLC is going to give you personal protection against the activity of the business. Now, in real layman terms, what that means is your nice little house, your nice little Mercedes or BMW, your all of those things are protected if you have an LLC.
Gotcha.
So she would only be able to potentially sue what's owned by the LLC. Well, if the LLC doesn't own anything,
you get nothing.
Pretty much gets nothing. Now, hopefully, the LLC does have some insurance. Always have your business insurance, but the whole meat and potatoes is that your personal assets are protected against the business activity.
Oh, wow. So it's very smart to have that LLC.
It's very smart for protection purposes. Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
Because even when you told that nice little neighbor, don't pet the dog, even if she reaches out and pets the dog, you're potentially held liable.
Wow. And then, a lot of times people with those dog walking, oh, he don't bite. Oh, he
whenever I hear somebody with a dog and they say he doesn't bite, I say, does he have teeth?
They do, right?
Right. They bite.
You might not like the skin color I have.
Exactly.
Who knows? Okay, so let's move on to the next question. BOI, what is that and why is it so important? All of a sudden. All of a sudden, we're just hearing about this.
OMG. I'm so glad you asked me that question. I am so glad you asked me that question. And I know there are a lot of acronyms. I know, but these are super important, you guys. Okay. BOI is new. It's new.
Okay.
And all of those who have an LLC needs to complete BOI by January 2025. If you don't, you may be fined up to hold on, Cammie.
Oh
Hold
Lord.
on, hold
Oh
on,
Lord.
hold
Oh
on.
Lord. Because I never
Hold
heard of
on.
this.
I
Okay.
know, right?
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
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 If you do not complete your BOI, you can be fined $500 per day.
Oh no, no,
Yes, ma'am, per day. Per day.
no, no,
So
no, no.
BOI is super important. So let me tell you what BOI is
Yeah.
all
What
about.
is
Let me
this?
tell you
What
what
is
it
this?
stands for.
Okay.
So BOI stands for Beneficiary Ownership Information.
Okay.
Bottom line, here's the tea, y'all. Y'all
Okay.
want some tea?
Yeah. Give us some tea.
I'm gonna give y'all some tea. So our country is over 200 years old, right? And for all 200 years, the Internal Revenue Service has had a challenge with finding who business owners are, because sometimes people set up these shell corporations.
Mm-hmm.
They start these businesses and the owners are so buried underneath there that the IRS doesn't know who's responsible for paying the taxes on this money. Okay.
Okay.
So can you imagine all these big corporations bringing in millions of dollars and they're not paying any taxes, any income taxes on that money, right?
Wow.
So the feds, the IRS said, what we not gonna do is keep not getting no money from y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So BOI has come into place. So everyone who has an LLC is required to submit BOI to FinCEN. FinCEN is a federal agency that deals with criminal activity. Mhm.
Okay.
And making sure that the government knows who's behind these businesses. So your BOI report is for you to disclose who is behind this LLC, who is supposed to be paying taxes on this money, because Uncle Sam wants to know. He said he's sick of y'all. He's sick of y'all not paying taxes on this money because you have shell corporations. So BOI was put into place recently to stop that.
Wow.
Right.
Can't pull nothing off on Sam.
Real fun fact. Real fun fact. So everyone probably has heard of Al Capone, right?
Yep.
Gangster Al Capone. We know the mob back in the 20s, 30s, whatever that was. Big time drug dealer, running numbers, prostitution, illegal alcohol, everything. Not everything, everything. Okay. He was doing everything. Okay. So I'm sure, or maybe you don't know, but Al Capone ended up dying in prison. But he wasn't in prison because of any of his widely known mafia activities. Prostitution, nope. Drug running, nope. Alcohol, nope.
Couldn't get him.
They got him for tax evasion.
That's right.
They got him for tax evasion, y'all. He was not paying his income taxes on his illegally gained money. And it's almost like a contradiction, because you think, I mean, if I'm out here, hustling in these streets, I'm certainly not going to tell Uncle Sam about my money.
Yeah.
That's called tax evasion. The IRS doesn't care where you get your money from. They just want you to pay taxes on it. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? So all of that led up to BOI. All of this money is moving. These companies are bringing in millions of dollars a year, and nobody is being held responsible for the federal income tax. And Uncle Sam says, we're not doing that anymore. So you small business owners, if you have an LLC, which I do encourage you to have, because again, as I mentioned, the LLC is going to give you that personal protection. So I do encourage you to have the LLC, but now another requirement is to file your BOI. And you have to file the BOI with FinCEN and get it done this year, y'all. Get it done before December 31st. Because if you don't, you could face a fine up to $500
Oh my goodness.
per day. I want to make sure that's clear. This is not a one $500 fine, because some of y'all ballers might be like, $500, that ain't nothing. I got 500. No, it's per day, boo. Okay, $500 per day. You ain't balling that hard. So please, you guys, get your BOI report done. If you don't know how to do it or you need some assistance, the Moon Group is here to help you. We can help you no matter where you are in the U.S. In Virginia, you certainly can come right into our office, or anywhere in the country, we can help you via Zoom or telephone. But please, you guys, get your BOI report filed by December 31st.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And don't wait till the last minute, because the 31st is New Year's Eve. Y'all gonna be trying to turn up, and y'all gonna forget. So get it done, okay?
Hey, why don't we put her number up there so people can see? So, while we're talking, y'all can at least have her phone number, and that way they can give you a call and write it down and jot it down.
And as the phone number comes up, you guys, I want to mention that you can text us on that line as well. So if you're watching this and you have an LLC and you need to do BOI because I just told you need to do it, and you don't know how to do it, you can text us at our phone number, 833-864-1040. Just text BOI, and one of myself, my assistant, one of my staff members will respond and get you straight. So text us BOI if you need to.
Sounds good. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. All right, so don't laugh, but TikTok told me.
Oh, Lord. Cammie been on TikTok, y'all.
Okay.
She's been on TikTok. Okay.
So to become an S Corp, to save on my taxes if I have a business, is that good advice? Oh. I'm just asking, because we got a tick and talk. And so everybody and their mama, TikToking now. So.
I love TikTok. I love the recipes. I love all the dance moves, even though I can't do any of them. I love the fashion. I love when y'all do the y'all come out in one look and then y'all pop and y'all come out popping. I love it. I love it. Keep watching TikTok. However, when you start getting financial advice and advice that relates directly to your federal income tax situation, please, you guys, please reach out to the professional and get the information you need. Okay. Now, many professionals advertise on TikTok, myself included, even though I don't hardly have no followers. Can y'all follow me?
Can y'all follow her on TikTok?
Y'all follow me on TikTok?
Yeah. On TikTok.
Somebody go post on there for me. Probably won't be me, but we're gonna give you some good information. Okay, so S-Corp. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, so S-Corp is an actual taxation designation. So what you're telling the IRS, Uncle Sam, is that you are making some pretty decent money.
Okay.
And you're looking for some tax savings. There's nothing wrong with that. Tax avoidance is perfectly fine. Tax fraud is not. So what I mean by that, if you can employ strategies to legally avoid taxes, by all means. And S-Corp is one of those allowable tax strategies. But what you may not know from TikTok, or just because you saw a reel, is that there are serious requirements that you have to meet and maintain in order to have that S-Corp status. One of the biggest ones is that you have to be on payroll.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. So I say that because I know so many small business owners, you're bringing in the money and you might just pull it out of the ATM. That's all well and good if you are an LLC only. Mm-hmm. But if you convert to an S-Corp, that's a no-no. Uh-oh. You can't just take money out of the ATM if you're an S-Corp. You have to actually be on payroll. When I say be on payroll, I mean getting a paycheck. It doesn't have to be on the 1st and the 15th, mm-hmm. because you are the business owner. You do have some flexibility, but you have to be on payroll, which means you're paying payroll taxes.
Ooh.
Yeah. So being an S-Corp is a tax savings measure. Mm-hmm. It can be. Mm-hmm. but there are some requirements, and the most one that I see that people fail to do is to be on payroll and pay your applicable payroll taxes, not income taxes, payroll taxes.
Wow.
Now, payroll taxes is a whole nother show. I'm going to come back and do a show on that because payroll taxes are so important. You know, when you look at your check
Mm-hmm.
and you see FICA and you're like, okay, who is FICA?
Yeah.
Where my money at? Why FICA getting this money? FICA is your payroll taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so once you're an S corp, you actually are paying double FICA. So there's a
Ooh.
whole
Oh my
that's
gosh, that's
worthy
a
of
whole
a
nother
whole
can.
session.
Yeah, a whole
That's
session by
worthy of a
itself.
whole session. So
Open
I'll
up
come
another
back
can
and
of
talk more
worms.
about
Oh
that.
my goodness.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Wow.
So TikTok, all the dances is just fine. But IRS information,
No ticking, no talking.
please consult a professional.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay,
Okay.
girl, I'm hot today. Okay, so
Coming in hot.
if if I have a business, in which I
Mhm.
do I file a separate tax return for my business and my personal tax return? That's kind of like,
Okay.
yeah, how do you
That's a
do that?
really good question.
Okay.
Okay, so many people think, oh, I have a business, I need to file a separate business tax return, right? I
Right.
mean, that's kind of what you would think. But that's actually not the case.
Oh,
That is not the case.
okay.
I love the fact that you're like, oh, wait a minute, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would only file a separate tax return if you are an S corp, or if
Ah,
you are a partnership, or if you are a C corp. So if you are just Cammy Grayson, solo, running an amazing podcast studio, might I add,
thank you.
you are going to file your return, your business activity, on what's called the Schedule C, which is a part of your regular personal return.
Okay.
So, having a business does not automatically mean that you're filing a separate tax return. It depends on your entity type.
Got you.
Yep.
Got you. Wow.
Yeah, y'all. So,
This lady's
it,
like a walk-in encyclopedia.
listen, y'all.
Professional.
Listen. This stuff, I'm gonna give you my Ebonics speech right now.
Okay.
It be a lot. I know that's not proper King James English, but it be a lot, y'all. If you are running a business, you guys, please, please, please consult with a professional,
Mm.
because you guys don't even realize the mistakes that you could be making. That
Mhm.
Uncle Sam, I'm gonna continue with my Ebonics talk for a second, y'all. Just stay with me.
We like Ebonics.
Just stay with me.
Okay.
Okay, I can assume many of us know what the term whooping means, right?
Oh yeah.
Can I get amen?
Amen.
I mean, I got one or two growing up, you
Yeah.
know.
A one
So,
or two. She got a whole bunch.
so Uncle Sam won't give you a whooping, but he will hit you right in the pocket
Where it hurts.
where it hurts. And
Ooh.
I remember my brother used to get a lot of whoopings, not me. Okay, I can remember my mother saying, well, do you want to be on punishment or do you want to get a whooping? And my brother used to always say, well, give me the whooping. I was like, what? You crazy? He's like, no, because the whooping lasts real quick. I get
Mm.
a little whooping and I can go on about my business. The punishment is going to last for quite some time.
Mhm.
Same thing here, you guys. Uncle Sam does not give you a whooping. He punishes you by hitting you in the pocket.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't do that, y'all.
Yeah.
Consult a professional.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh. The whooping app, that wakes you up right there.
I mean,
Let's go on to the next question.
okay.
Guys, I don't see the comments yet, but you need to follow us, follow Dedra, and ask questions, because this is the only time that you can get your questions answered based off of each show. This is the only time. Other than that, you got to come out the pockets. You got to pay. Her time is very precious. And for her to give us this minute of free advice, guys, please support. I mean, that's all I'm asking. Just support the people who are supporting you. That's what it's all about. So I want to make sure that you guys, even if you don't get to see this live, Even if you're not looking at this live, share it because it is posted and it is on YouTube. It's on all of our channels. Just go to SKST Radio Network and you can find Miss Moon, the Moon Group, and man, Make It Make Sense podcast is the bomb.
I
I
love
love
it.
it. I love it. I love it
You
because
know,
it's helping
Kimmy,
us.
I am really thankful to you and SKST Radio because in our community, our community,
Mm-hmm.
very often we don't have a resource to get this information in a way that we can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's very high level. Sometimes there are a whole bunch of words and jargon that we don't quite understand.
Absolutely.
But Uncle Sam doesn't care whether you understand it or not.
Right.
He says you should know. And very often you're like, well, how would I know? Uncle Sam doesn't care. He expects you to
Mm-hmm.
figure this stuff out. And SKST, allowing us to share your platform, helps us get the information out in an easy to understand way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay?
And you can be yourself. And that's the important thing because if she does it like her Ebonics way, that helps a whole lot of different people to understand. Everybody's not way up there. Everybody's some people are just starting and scratch like me. I mean, I'm just scratching. I'm just
Mhm.
trying to figure it out. And so if I didn't have people like yourself, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't
Indeed.
know. And that's why I
Indeed.
said I'm so appreciative of you because you're helping the world out and that just don't realize it.
Thank you very much. I will add, Cammy, thank you for that. But I will add, just in case you're wondering, I do hold a BS in accounting as well as an MBA, and my BS is from the Tuskegee University. So
Absolutely.
I am very knowledgeable and can speak very well and speak the good King's English. But I also speak Ebonics very well and speak the good King's English. But I also speak Ebonics very well.
Okay, let's go to the next April 15th.
Oh, very, very good question. Okay, so if your business is structured as an S Corp, a partnership, or a C Corp, then no, you don't have the same deadline.
Oh,
Exactly. You have an earlier deadline. So again, TikTok is telling you to be an S Corp, but it's TikTok telling you that S Corps need to file their tax return by March 15th, not April 15th.
oh,
And if you are late, even one day late, you're automatically charged a $495 failure to file on time penalty.
wow.
Yeah. So when dealing with business tax returns, entity structures, deadlines, please consult a professional, guys, because the IRS is very unforgiving. They're
Wow.
very unforgiving because those penalties are extra money that technically they used to help run the country. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
I
So
get it.
it's just like getting pulled up for a ticket during the holiday,
Right. We
holiday
get it.
money.
We get
Yeah.
it. But why? We don't want you to pay a penny more than you are legally required to do. And by knowing these deadlines and meeting them, that'll help you avoid these penalties.
Yeah.
So there are different deadlines for different entities,
Hmm.
as well as even other areas. For example, if you do have employees, you're required to file other tax returns well beyond the April 15th. You have quarterly taxes that you have to file. So there's a whole lot to this, and you
Ooh,
really
yeah,
need to
in
consult with a
layers.
professional.
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely. Leave it up to professionals
yep,
because that's a lot to even just grasp. It really
indeed,
is.
indeed.
Oh wow. Okay, so my final question.
Okay.
Final. So, what's a good resource to always use for general business tax related questions?
Okay, so a good resource is, of course, the irs.gov website. If you go to irs.gov, type your question in the search bar. Very often you'll get tons of articles that you can read to help you understand the matter. Now, if you do that and it's still just a little bit more than you're able to really grasp, the Moon Group is your go to. We
Mm-hmm.
spend hours. What's that song? Is it Moni Love Hours and Hours? We spend hours and hours researching the IRC, the Internal Revenue Code,
Mm-hmm.
continuing education, I mean, we are on this stuff 24/7, you guys. So if you can't find your answer on the irs.gov website, or you just can't really interpret what they're saying, contact us and we'll make it make sense for you.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Also, Miss Dedra, tell people how to get in touch with you.
Okay, so we are pretty easy to find. Of course, if you're here in Virginia Beach, we invite you to come directly to our office. We're at 2697 International Parkway in Virginia Beach. And I'm going to make that make sense for you too. I know you guys have been to Lynn Haven Mall, and many of you have been to Cracker Barrel. Y'all been to Cracker Barrel? So if you're in that Cracker Barrel parking lot, there's a big aqua colored blue building. That's where I'm located, right there. Right
Okay.
there. That's where the Moon Group is located. So you're welcome to come into our office, but you're also welcome to make your appointment on our website, which is www.themoongroup.net. Make your appointment there and we can see you via Zoom. We can do FaceTime calls. We can do just a regular phone call. Wherever you need us to be, we're going to be there because we don't want you out here in these tax streets by yourself.
Absolutely love it. Okay, guys, this concludes our show for today. You guys, the final little clip here. Make sure that you tune in, share, like, subscribe to Miss Dedra's social media platform. And we want to say have a great rest of your weekend. And thank you, Miss Dedra, for being here.
Thanks for having me, SKST. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, guys.